Hi everyone, welcome back to Healthy with Nicole. I'm Nicole Carter, and in today's video, I want to talk about probiotics and if they are worth the money or a waste of money. For years, I took probiotics. I took many different strains of probiotics. I took a lot of yogurt. I took the very, very expensive VSL D3 that a lot of people take for colitis. And I also did fermented foods like cabbage and sauerkraut and things like that, along with kombucha, anything to basically increase the amount of bacteria I was putting into my gut. I spent a lot of money on these kind of supplements, and then I even took it one step further and I started taking prebiotic fibers, which are basically just fibers that feed the bacteria in your gut. And these became kind of the newfangled thing. And so I did those for a while too. When I was first kind of getting through the ulcerative colitis and found myself without any symptoms, I was like, okay, great. I'm going to start, rebuilding my microbiome. And I don't know that that's possible. I don't think that we even know enough about it. But what I do know is that through my experience of working with people and myself, I have never really seen anybody cure themselves or really make a huge difference with probiotics. I did take a couple different kinds that I think might have improved it, but then my symptoms would always come back. And so I'm not going to say that they're totally worthless. However, I've never seen anybody get any kind of miraculous results from any kind of probiotic. And there is some research done in 2020 that did, a review of what's going on with people when they take probiotics. And they did a study on humans where they did a colonoscopy and an endoscopy. So they're going in both ends here. And they were looking to see if they found any differences for people taking probiotics. And they didn't. I know that people are still, and I don't blame you, because when you're sick, you're desperate. You're just looking for something to help you feel better. And so you're grasping at straws, you're taking all these supplements, trying to find something that works. But I also don't want people to get ripped off, and I don't want you to waste a bunch of money. And so I just want to share with you what I've seen. That's what the research is showing, but also what I've seen. And I think it goes back to the supplement industry. They can find and create research that supports their products. But is that really something trustworthy? I don't know. For me personally, no. But I have seen people try to make their own probiotics through kefir. In fact, I did that for a while. Never really saw a difference. Not only that, but I noticed that people did better when they stopped taking probiotics. So I have a theory here, and there is, in this research that I mentioned before in 2020, there is concerns for this as well here. And that is that when we're taking prebiotic fibers and probiotics, if they are making it to the small intestine and staying there, that is not the right place to have bacteria. In fact, that should be sterile. And when it does grow bacteria, we get problems. And one of those problems that's very common is called small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or SIBO. And I see this a lot. And most of the people that have this are eating the standard American diet or a heavy plant-based diet. And I have a feeling it's because they're just not breaking down their bacteria. They have it sitting in their gut, and they're growing endotoxins. Once you start having endotoxin overgrowth, more and more problems ensue. We start to get more inflammation. The intestinal wall becomes inflamed and irritated, and it may even end up with IBS or IBD, like ulcerative colitis. So this is what the research is saying, but I don't always trust the research. So I go by, what have I actually seen or experienced? And that is what I have seen or experienced. I myself did not really get any good results either way from the probiotics or prebiotics. And then for the people that I have worked with, I have seen them do better without probiotics. I've seen them before and after, and usually better after. And then, of course, we want to be careful with feeding bacteria anywhere but the colon, because that's where we get into this endotoxin problem. So whether it's a fiber supplement, all of these can feed that bacteria. And so I guess I would say, ask yourself, is what you're taking, in essence, trying to feed bacteria? Because if it is, that might not be the best approach. And again, like in the supplement holiday video I was talking about, you can take a little holiday from your probiotics and see if you notice a difference. It might take a month or two, but you can do that and see if you see a change. And you don't need anybody to tell you to do that. You can just do it and mark down on a notepad how you felt each day. How's your energy? How's your mood? How's your sleep? And how's your digestion? Are you having gas and bloating? So these are good clues as to what's happening on the inside, because, we can't really see in there, but we can go by what our symptoms are. And you may notice other symptoms like around your skin or your mental health, other things that don't directly show up as intestinal or digestive issues, but can show up elsewhere in the body, because it's all related. We're all connected throughout many different systems of our body. And I think that the probiotic thing has been way overblown. And also, I'll be quite honest, I think the microbiome focus is too heavy, because we just don't know enough about it to be able to manipulate it in one way or another. There's tons of studies out there on it, but haven't really seen anything in real life. Anybody, that gets stool tests, like getting results from it. And okay, so you have your test. Now what? Does it show that you're low in one probiotic and then you take it and then it's fixed? No, that's apparently not how it works, because people are doing that and they're not getting those kind of results. So I would just say question everything that's out there about the probiotics, and then maybe do your own experiment for yourself to see what your results are. And that's the best way to get information, because you don't need to rely on a paper or some perhaps possibly biased study, but you're seeing for your very own eyes and experiencing for yourself what's working, what's not working. And this is the best learning experience there is. So that was my experience. I'd love to hear yours. So comment below and tell me, what are you seeing when you use probiotics? Are you getting a benefit? Do you notice anything? Have you ever tried taking a probiotic holiday to see if you get better? By the way, I should also mention, I forgot to mention this about lactic acid, which is in a lot of the probiotic ferments, is also not good for your body either, because it can be a toxic burden for your liver. So we'll talk about that more in another video, but comment below about your experience with probiotics and let's hear what you all have to say. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, you can give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.